What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition Inside Service, episode 2. Today, the episode is communication and owning everything. Just so you know, Geraldine, who runs service here, is behind the camera. Say hi.
Hi, everyone.
So I may ask her for her input as we go along and talk about communication and owning everything. I really have 5 points that I jotted down just to remind myself of where I want to take this. And again, we're here because we really want to let you know the inner workings of what happens inside service companies. And I'm always open to discussions and great feedback so we can talk and learn and get better from each other right in the comments. So the first point anyway is a lot of moving pieces. Reps, dealers, service companies, the end user. A lot of times as a service company, we're getting phone calls daily, we're getting emails for service calls, and Gerald will attest to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And as these calls are coming in, everyone wants to know what's happening. So you have the rep who is, maybe going to be reaching out to place a service call, and then you don't even realize that the dealer is involved in any way, shape, or form. And then, days might pass, and they'll call and say, hey, did you take care of this call? And we'll say, well, we let the rep and the customer know we didn't realize you were involved. So, right, there's so many moving pieces on one call. And when you put this one call, you couple them all together, and you got 10 calls and 15 calls. And what happens is, I think a lot of things get lost in translation. And there's oftentimes, there's thoughts or feelings that a service company such as ours is not doing what they're supposed to do. And let's talk about the warranty disclaimer form in that sense. So, Jared, when we get a warranty call and it's sent over to us, and we know what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
So, say we get a service call for warranty for XYZ piece of equipment, and maybe the problem is it's not going on at all, right? We just come to find out that this was just installed, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, we're a business. Okay, and I think that it might often be overlooked for some reason. I feel that way, and that we're here. And my father used to say, "Oh yeah, we're volunteers. We're working for free." We're not, and we send these warranty disclaimer forms because there's a misperception of what warranty covers. Still to this day in 2020, equipment is being sold, and warranties are not being defined properly to the end user customer. So we have these forms in place to say, hey, listen, if this is an improper install, you're going to be charged. And here's what we can do to fix it. And then we'll give you a quote of what it costs to fix it. So, number one, you shouldn't have people that aren't certified and authorized to install this equipment. That's number one. But what happens, Jerry, when we send these forms out and the customer never returns them?
Then the call doesn't go on the board.
The call doesn't go on the board.
Mm-hmm.
We have to cover ourselves. Okay, I'm trying, just like any company in the world running a business, there's numbers to meet. We have to do the right thing for the employee. We have to do the right thing for the customer involved. There has to be things on the up and up at all times. We can't just send the guy haphazardly and then it's an install problem. Now, I'm sitting here as a service guy, and the service companies across the country, they're left holding the bag. They're left holding the bill. I have to pay these people. I have insurances and gas and tolls and inventory, and there's so many things that go into every service call that you just don't realize. Things can't just happen, just send the guy. That's not how this works. So, understanding that there's a lot of moving pieces, and we're trying to communicate to all parties, and we're trying to get there, but there has to be that open line back to us saying, hey, I received the form, I have some issues. We have to have discussions, right? I mean, if we discuss things, we can usually come to a great final conclusion where service calls get made to happen. And each piece of this puzzle has to own their own part, okay? There's a lot of times when we're sitting here and, we've communicated to all parties, right? And we'll get a call out of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when are you going to get here? Right? Didn't this just recently happen? I mean, when are you coming?
When are you coming? The technician was there the day before, signed out and everything.
Mm-hmm. We communicated to everybody that we knew of that was in this thing, and then all of a sudden you have someone, maybe it's a rep, maybe it's a dealer, whoever it might have been, calling and saying, "What the hell's going on? You dropped the ball." Hold on, you didn't drop any balls. And by the way, I'm not sitting here to act like we're perfect, because we're not perfect. But most times we're very in tune with what's happening. We do this every single day. Okay, we do it every day, and we see the nightmares. We see the improper installs. You know, we see the nuisance calls of a warranty call that might come, and someone at night was doing cleaning, they shut the gas off, my whole line. There's so many nightmare things and situations, and we're taking care of all this stuff. We're crossing T's and dotting I's on a daily basis. End of the day, yeah, service companies. But what do we do at the end of the day? You know, for me, and you can think about this, but for me, what does a service company do at the end of the day? We solve the problem put in front of us. Okay? We didn't sell the piece of equipment. Most times, you know, we didn't even install it when we get called, you know, for something. You know, it's been installed maybe sometimes a day ago, sometimes a month ago. So we're not involved in any of this. But I'll just say that it's hitting the fan, and now here we come. We got to put on our technicians got to put on their capes, come to the rescue, and see what's going on. We have to assess the situation, see what's going on, and there's a lot of things that are involved. We're not one-trick ponies. You know, we don't have one customer base. We don't have one manufacturer we represent. We service thousands of New Jersey businesses, national chains, hospitals, dozens and dozens and dozens of school districts, corporate dining facilities. You name it, we're there. So these phones are ringing, these emails are pumping, there's things happening all day. And, you know, thankfully, throughout this pandemic, we have been busy. We're busy. Are we where we want to be? Hell no. But we're holding our own, and we're growing. Little by little, we're getting back to it. So at the end of the day, you know, we are a very important piece to what's happening out there. And there needs to be an understanding and a better line of communication to call a service company on a Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock and say, hey, I need you to get to this call right now. Slow the roll. There's got to be talk about this. We have to have communication. You can't just send an email, move on with your weekend, and think that that's how it's going to be. It can't be that. We have to talk. That's really the gist of everything. That's why I always say down to cares. Care is communication. That's what we're doing here, folks. We're communicating. Are we perfect at it? Hell no. It's not about being perfect. It's about giving excellence, giving our best on every call. And that is what you're going to get when you call here. So many companies across the country are the same thing. And yeah, I mean, so at the end of the day, communication, owning everything that we do. John just jumped into the room here, and we're going to take this one down. Is there anything you want to add that you want the world to know about what service companies are going through and doing?
Service, we're just taking it day by day. We're trying to work with the new world that we've been given. We're trying to respond as far as we can. We're trying to do everything that we can. We're just saving the day every day and trying to get by every day and making sure everybody's happy. Unfortunately, we can't make everyone happy, but we try, and we could put our heads on our pillows knowing that we tried every day to do our best. And I think that's all we could do at this point.
Yes. Yeah, we do our best. You're always going to get the best here. And again, successful companies across the country, you're going to get the best. And these guys and gals out there, believe me, we're pulling our hair out sometimes because we're trying to get to all these calls. But you only have so many texts and you only have so many hours. And listen, again, we're not here for free. We can't be. Our techs make money. They make a lot of money, and they make that good money for a reason. So let's not downplay what these guys do. They're saving businesses. They're keeping people cooking. And as we get back to business here, we'll talk more on all this. So episode 2 in the books, and Inside Service. Let me know what you think. Jump in the conversation. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, share. That's it.